All right, welcome to The Explainer, where we get into the stuff everybody's buzzing about. And today, we are diving into a story that has just exploded all over Book Talk. We're talking romance, we're talking comedy, and get this, competitive murder. Yeah, you heard that right. That description pretty much sums up the whole wild ride of Love and Other Killers. I mean, this is not your average meet-cute romance. Nope. This is about a family, and let's just say their annual traditions are a little different. So, what's this tradition all about? Well, it's an annual hunt, but we're not talking about deer here. This family, a family of vigilante serial killers, by the way, hunts down the absolute worst of the worst psychos out there. They find them, they take them out, and they turn the whole thing into a twisted family game night. And this summer, their prey is a guy named Alan Munster. Now, to the outside world, he's just a church-going chicken farmer. But under the surface, he's slaughtering a lot more than just fowl. And our family of killers, they're closing in, ready to make him their next big project. But here's the kicker. This isn't just some grim, serious business. Oh no, it is a full-blown competition with rules. The family splits up into teams, the men versus the women, and they turn this whole hunt into a cutthroat sport. We're talking strategy, we're talking sabotage, and a whole lot of hilarious trash talk. Okay, so you have to be wondering, right? Who comes up with this stuff? Who is the mastermind behind this whole darkly hilarious world of a family that, bonds over murder? Well, that would be Brynne Weaver. She's a Canadian author who has just become a total sensation, especially on social media. And her signature style, it's this perfect, crazy mix of dark romance and dark comedy. She's got this knack for creating these morally gray characters that you shouldn't root for, but you just can't help it. It's all wrapped up in these stories that are just as thrilling as they are funny. Now, here's something that's really important to know. This story, it doesn't just exist on its own. To really get the full picture, you gotta understand that it's actually part of a much, much bigger world. So, Love and Other Killers is actually a novella, and it's set in the same universe as her super popular Ruinous Love trilogy. That series follows 3 killer brothers, and just look at those ratings. It is crystal clear that this world has a massive, and I mean massive, dedicated fan base. The cool thing is, it's designed so you can jump right in with this novella. But, and this is a big but from readers, the whole experience is way, way better if you've already read at least the first book. You're just going to catch all the inside jokes, you'll get the history between the characters, it just clicks on a different level. Okay, so that's the setup. The big question is, what do the readers actually think? I mean, with a fan base this passionate, how does a little novella like this one really hold up? Well, the response has been absolutely huge. We're talking over 12,000 ratings across different platforms in a super short amount of time. It's pretty obvious that fans were just starving for more from this universe. And just look at this breakdown. The reception has been overwhelmingly positive. You've got a whopping 80% of readers giving it either 4 or 5 stars. I mean, that is a massive vote of confidence, especially for a shorter, in-between kind of story. But when you actually start digging into what people are saying, you see this interesting split. For a lot of fans, it's this fun, spicy, hilarious little treat. They see it as great fan service. But on the other side, some folks feel like, well, it's a little unnecessary if you're already deep into the series. They say it can get a bit repetitive and doesn't really add anything new to the plot. And you see that praise a lot. For so many fans, this wasn't really about needing some huge new plot twist. It was just about the pure joy of jumping back into this world with characters they already love. Getting back to that murdery fun and the amazing banter that made them fall in love with the series in the first place. But then you have the flip side. Some readers are saying, look, because it's so short and there aren't any big new plot points, it doesn't really add anything substantial to the main story. For them, it was fun, sure, but in the end, it kind of felt more like a long epilogue than a standalone story. So we've looked at the good, we've looked at the critiques, which brings us to the big takeaway. Who is the story actually for? Should you join the hunt? Yeah, when you boil it all down, the question is pretty simple. Is this totally wild, darkly funny, carnage-filled family game something you're going to be into? Okay, here's the deal. If you are already a fan of the Ruinous Love trilogy, it's a no-brainer. This is an absolute must-read for you. And if you're new to all this, but you love dark rom-coms, you're into those morally gray heroes, and the idea of a found family that just so happens to be serial killers, well, this is the perfect bite-sized way to dive into a world you are probably going to get completely obsessed with. And you've got a couple of great ways to experience it. You can grab it as a super quick ebook read, or you can listen to the full audiobook production, which honestly just brings all that incredible banter and dark humor to life in a whole new way. And hey, to make it super easy for you to jump right in, you can actually listen to the hunt for yourself. We've dropped a special link down in the description where you can listen to the entire audiobook for free. So go ahead, click that link, have a listen, and then you can decide which side of the family you'd be rooting for.